again. Same can be said for Rogue though, with the fact that Nukeduck no longer has that summoner spell himself. He's playing a melee champion, quite easy to set up if Trimby were to come around as well.
Always have to look at these summoners early game when they're burnt. What do teams do with that information, with that advantage that they can gain? Marang no flash, but Markoon has his as he's looking towards the mid lane. Marang gonna come in for the counter gank. Larson gets knocked up. Nukeduck dives across the wall as well, and Larson trying to dodge around this, but XL have got his number, and they've got their man. First blood over to Nukeduck. He steals away the Cataclysm, and he's gonna bring down the walls. A double for Nukeduck.
Beautiful play from XL and a great gank from Markoon. The flash Q to make sure that they can set up that play onto Larson, and then both Markoon and Nukeduck sidestepping the knockback from Larson meant that they had more damage and they were able to find some big kills. First blood goes to XL.
And you can also just see the presence of mind for both teams. They understood that that was about the mid lane. Now with these 2 kills, you can try and leverage a potential Infernal Drake later down the line. You have 2 kills on Nukeduck now. Should be easier to skirmish. So XL, not only do they get these kills, they also buy themselves a potential objective once they finally come back from their resets.
We can have a look at this play once again. So keep your eyes on Markoon in the setup. Larson's just trying to push the wave underneath the tower, flash Q, and then Nukeduck comes over the wall initially with the W, uses the E to sidestep from the knockback, meaning that he can stick onto Larson, and Jarvan can't do anything. All he has at this early stage is that EQ combo. Once it's gone, you're just running around slapping people, and Silas and now Vi is making her way down.
Yeah, so now Finn's just going to come back with the recall. He's going to have mana up. I still think the top lane turret will go down with his best effort here. And Herald coming through. Actually, no, it's still 3 plates, so...
The charge won't be enough to kill it. It will get it down to 1 plate, and of course, the bulwark, the more plates fall down, the tankier it becomes. So it's hard for the Renekton to deal with it there. Trimby's going to get knocked up against the charm. Mickey flashes away. Execute is enough. Patrick secures his first caching of the game. Nukeduck now on the chase, has the flash, steals away beyond the Hunters. Is a little bit shocked that Nukeduck decides to use it. He's going to get back towards this dragon. Second dragon of the game for XL. They'll get another plate down towards that bottom side as Rogue look to try and get something on top.
And I missed how much gold Patrick just cashed in, but I see he's got a 1.6k gold lead right now, and he is very dead.
Take that one down as we look for the damage in the mid lane. Larson oversteps, and Markoon and Nukeduck very willing to take the 3rd kill of the game for the XL mid. And Trimby's worked his way around here. No sweeper in that bush.
Can we quickly see XL's vision?
What
does XL see right now?
Not Trimby.
Not Trimby. They don't have information just yet. They have control over the river, but the only things they know is that Odo Omne is joined and Trimby is stuck in behind.
Mickey. Trimby gets the knock up. Mickey does have Merc Treads here. Could look for the jump across the wall, but no flash for him. Means that Larson secures his first kill of the game.
And that's so pivotal when you're playing Rakan into the likes of a team composition that XL has. You need to find the engages from a flank, because if you face them head on, you will get CC'd, you will die, it'll be over. So great presence of mind here from Trimby, finds an excellent spot to come in and find that pickup that eventually leads to another neutral objective for them.
Full on mission impossible.
20 seconds down for that. XL now going to try and get mid-prio of their own. Flash is available for both the AD carries. Importantly, Trimby didn't use his flash or the quickness. Jump across the wall, Markoon going in, but it's only onto Trimby, not really the target you want, but instead they go forward with the cease and desist. Good stopwatch by Trimby. Has the quickness out of this if he wants it. Instead, Battle dances back to his teammates. Mickey now locked up. One support went in and the other one died as Odo Omne now trying to fight Finn down towards the bottom side. A 4v5 perhaps for XL. Good Everfrost coming out from Nukeduck. Patrick unable to get the axes in. Odo flashes, flash across the wall. Good from Patrick. Knockback not going to hit here. The dragon aggro, Trimby low, Finn stepping forward. Glacial Prison already used. Nukeduck, full HP, full mana. It's got to do something in this fight. Patrick trying to heal up with the Immortal Shield Bow as Rogue advanced. Cataclysm. Patrick no flash, does have the exhaust. Odo going in as well. Patrick knocked back. Patrick taken out. And now Rogue can really open up. Cobb's going to flash away from Nukeduck. Markoon looking for it as well, but the stopwatch from Nukeduck will only buy himself a second. Knocked back into the waiting arms of Larson as Rogue win the fight.
XL got overconfident. They thought that with Nukeduck being full health, they could still win that fight, but Rogue had the numbers advantage.
And in quick succession, getting caught out, going a bit too deep in the last play here, having to burn his ultimate to get out of that fight.
And all of a sudden, Rogue back into the gold lead, and it comes from a very split fight here. I think Odo does a very good job at splitting the members of XL apart, because they want to commit on Trimby, but they also want to try and turn on Odo. Because of that, you have members going for 2 different plays, and Mickey
just
get hit just the edge there. Looked a little bit suspect, continues on with the fight, and here I think this is where you back out. This is where Benny was saying they're getting overconfident.
And you can see that this flash from Odo, really great onto Patrick's, it forces him to flash as well. And you look at the HP bars and you're saying, Nukeduck is full, Markoon is healthy, Finn, our front line is still there, we can still do this. But look, Malrang recognizes the opportunity, EQ, ult, and then he doesn't even stick around. He doesn't give Patrick the opportunity, he just keeps him there, and it locks XL up into this narrow corridor. I think that was a 3-man knockup as well coming out from Larson on his W alongside the knockup from Trimby. Means that Rogue is able to clean sweep XL and find themselves a Draven.
And the power that this Draven had in the early game really not coming to fruition there for XL. A few of the errors we've seen from them in the second half of the season rearing their ugly heads once again. Relatively even still this game, only about 1,500 gold between the two teams. 2 Dragons to XL for 1 from Rogue, but the early game momentum that XL had seems to be slipping away.
That's the thing, and this also now with the Drake being gone, that's like that early soul, it's not coming through. You bought yourself 5 extra minutes. Now Rogue could be the team that excels on the map, and Nukeduck might be caught off by the rotations coming through.
Where are you going to go, Nukeduck Cataclysm? But you can't dash through the worked ground. Nukeduck pops the stopwatch, but the rest of the team is not here. It is Lasagna, so it will come back out. Not too much wasted there by Nukeduck.
But he's not even buying any time, right? You look towards the bot side.
Rogue likely not fully informed of this, but you can see the pings coming down. Rogue no. XL knows something's going wrong, and that's Mickey caught.
Misses the dredge line as well. If he hits the wall there, maybe he gets away, but Rogue catch out Mickey. Markoon didn't want to step up, didn't have his flash. Mickey thought he could, and now Baron started for Rogue.
Now, Markoon does have his flash up. He has the smite available. Can XL get the steal?
5,000 HP on it. XL, your playoff hopes hang in the balance. Difficult weekend ahead of you if you lose this game as Malrang goes in. Trimby diving forward as well on the backline. Nukeduck with a good quickness will distract him. Lots of damage from the Whirling Death as well, but Comp is still alive. Glacial Prison coming out as Finn looks for that backline. Comp surviving though, and now Nukeduck's on the wrong side of dodge, can rejoin his team. A pincer movement though, perhaps from Rogue as Markoon knocked up by Malrang once again. The blast cone back will knock Trimby into 3 members of XL, and Patrick takes 1. Nukeduck continues to survive, and this time he's buying perhaps enough time to get his team through this fight. Nukeduck gets out. Ends up being a 1-for-1.
And this time around, the overconfidence pays off. 5 versus 4, and XL still come out on top. They might turn on towards the objective now. No teleports on either solo laners of Rogue. They could have time, but it's still dangerous. They don't burn it too fast, and Odo and Malrang are right in the vicinity.
Larson coming in with Weaver's Wall. Perhaps he can sow some discontent in this Baron take. That charge onto Odo Wamne. Dredge line's gonna hit as well, but Mickey, you're so deep in the enemy team! You're basically invisible, submersed in the midst of Rogue, and you will fall. Mickey once again too deep. Malrang flashing forward, good flash away from Patrick, but the Cataclysm will lock him in spot. Ricochet, ricochet, boom! As Rogue ripped through the hearts of XL.
And XL are wiped off the map once again. It's only Nukeduck left to watch as his team falls apart. Rogue are looking for the final kill, but they have taken everything from XL.
And it's just so difficult to watch because it feels like both teams are getting too over-aggressive. They're not willing to just say, you know what, we go for the resets, now let's get back to have that tempo advantage. Drake has just spawned as well. XL could have cleared out the Baron mission, went towards the Drake instead, pick up that objective, or at least just neutralize it. But they get too over-aggressive, and Rogue they punish immediately.
I think the initial play here from XL is really good. The great patient play, they're keeping their distance, and then Medic highlighted it, the engage onto the backline by stealing away the Rakan ultimate, locks up both Comp and Larson, and then the ultimate from Finn was beautiful because it keeps the damage dealers from really getting involved in the fight. Then Nukeduck just acts as stall, keeping distance, wasting time while Mickey's able to come back out. And this looks a little scary here, but the blast cone, I think it was Trimby that ended up popping it, actually gets Markoon to safety and costs him his life, and then Nukeduck continues to stall. And it's the turn from XL that really costs them so much. The fact that Larson was able to throw down the E into this narrow choke point is really where things start to fall apart. This overcommitment here onto Odo. And look at this E from Larson. Look at how difficult it is now for XL to play into this choke point. They're all kind of in 2 minds as to what to do. And then the Sivir, Talia able to come together to rip apart XL.
And then just a beautiful Cataclysm to top it all off. Stopwatch coming through. Malrang not dying, and well, we know how it goes for Nukeduck. He is not long for that world. And now with Baron buff, you can't just play on 2 lanes. Yep. No, so much pressure that XL is going to be under now from Rogue.
Rogue just taking over the game. Mickey once again caught out of position, knocked back by Larson, who is on an absolute tear. Markoon going in, but Trimby's able to survive as XL now have to retreat 4v5. in this bottom lane, and from being 0-3-0, Larson now 0-2-0, sorry, now Larson now 6-2-6. On the other side, Nukeduck has not picked up a kill since those early forays.
And really the unsung heroes of the game, Odoame and Comp, we haven't really needed to talk about them because their impact, while being quite silent, has been very meaningful. Odoame has been playing these fights extremely well. Comp has been consistently dishing out damage. You can see neither is yet to face death, and Odoame now finds himself 1 versus 3, and he's forcing XL back.
Cannon minion here means that Rogue will probably just back away. 50 seconds left on the Baron. They want to use it to reset, regroup, get back on the map. Rabadon's on its way for Larson, you have to expect. And it's going to be very difficult now for XL to find a way back into this game.
Yeah, because the thing is, they're not really in a position to just use the Baron buff and run down the turret immediately. They don't want to get over-aggressive as well. But now, if Larson can pick up that Rabadon step cat, and you just get CC on one person, well, you can blow them up immediately. You get that either as well, just due to the fact that he can't really be the one being aggressive here. There's so much pick potential that he goes too far forward. They are just going to lock him down.
Going in, there's the quickness. That's deep, good hook from Mickey, but they still manage to get onto Patrick, who is taken out immediately. Odo coming onto the backline as well as they're tanking this tower for absolutely yonks. A double for Larson, he takes down 2. Odo's going to chase away XL. Maorang survives, Rogue lose no one, and XL's hopes lie battered and bruised at the side of top lane.
And that's exactly what they were looking for. They got the reset through, they find one pickup, and then they take the turrets. The 5 versus 3 situation now. Question is, how far can Rogue go? There's still 1 minute and 30 seconds on the Drake, and as it looks right now, they're going to pick up the inhibitor. They're going to be happy about the objective, and Mickey might have something else to say.
Mickey, that was not so fine.
Here goes Odoame.
There's the stun, and there's the knockback. Marcoon just locked up for an absolute year. Nothing the XL jungler could do to get away from that apart from just not being there in the first place. Cataclysm going forward, Larson going legendary, and Rogue looking for their 7th playoffs in a row. They missed 1. Since then, it has been 7. It's been heaven for Rogue. Nukeduck, nothing he can do against the oncoming storm that is Rogue. He'll flash away, Baron will be started, and Rogue are punching their ticket to playoffs.
What is there left to say other than a complete decimation from Rogue? The early game was looking shaky, but they cleared up their team fights and they were just able to outperform XL. The kills.
Yeah, just a revamp of Rogue as well, where it's not always just about that early game. They find ways to play for the mid to late game. I think this game is a great way of showing it as well. And now coming through to a point where, as we talked about, you just can't front to back them in. Like, it's impossible for XL to win these team fights.
All I'm going to say is that Europe has this thing where they go through a phase of, I think, range support's good, Lulu, Renata, hey, we even saw some Janna, Nami's in there, and then they all rediscover Rakan. And it's always around playoffs time that the Rakan comes back, and we see all of our top Rakan players here in Europe with their incredible engages. We saw it with Treats last game, we're seeing it again with Trimby. Europe just loves Rakan, and they know how to make it work.
Last year with playoffs as well, but yeah, coming through Marcoon, looking for it, but that's Vi into Sivir for you. It's a tough matchup, that spell shield always there.
It's Vi into Sivir, it's Vi into Stopwatch, it's Vi into viable champions, and right now Marcoon is feeling that as the last Nexus Tower, the target for Rogue. That was a demolition. Mickey unable to stand against the face of Rogue. There's 2 already. Marcoon pops a stopwatch. Nukeduck goes in with the Cataclysm, puts a stopwatch down of his own. He'll fall. That's 3. That's 4. It's a quadruple comp. They're looking for more. They're looking to give him 5. Finn locked up with the Weavers. Whoa, they lock him in place. Comp, one more.
Give it to him.
The stopwatch. Finn delays it, but Comp will have his penta.
Comp spins them right round, baby, and he's looking to get the win against XL.
Oh, right on theme there as well, very beautiful. And Rogue pick up the win against XL in a game that looked dire in the early game for the boys in blue, but manage it to turn it back